Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, everyone. My name is SHOWUNMI, and I'm the writer of Icon the Part. So today, if it is your first time of joining this live section, I would like to welcome you, and would also like to thank you for joining this live section. So I hope your weekend has been good. Mine has been good for me, and I'm glad to be here today. So today I'm just gonna do a recap on what we've been doing last week. Sharing my story, sharing my journey of writing Icon the Part, my experiences, what I encountered when I was writing, and my passion and how it all started. So I started writing when I was in middle school, and then when I get to high school, I continue writing. So I used to write things about, my family, friends. Whenever we have we had an occasion, like a party, like a family, outing, and some experiences. So I always have my little journal that I just write things, anything that just comes to my mind, and sometimes I'm like a little bit creative in my writing as well. So today I can the last time we read chapter 1 of Icon the Part. So today we will be reading the introduction and then the remaining part of chapter 1 of Icon the Part. So today that's what we're gonna do today. So if you would like to order, the book is on Amazon. You can get it at Target as well, and it's also on my website. You will see it in the screen above. The screen below, I'm sorry. Okay, so today this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna read you the introduction so that you can get understand what the book is all about, and then we will go through the reading. So the introduction for today, the book is: it was a great turnabout when Jessica discovered that her parents were leaving the country to go to her father's homeland. She was told she would start a new life in a new family with her relatives, a bishop and his wife. It was difficult and scary to live with a family full of godly people Not only was she excited, but she was also afraid about coping and adjusting to a new life in a new home. Is it going to be a year or two? Are they going to like and accept her in their rich and spiritual home? Can she pursue her old hobbies, living with the icons, a representation of Christ? Also, a Christian girl. These are the questions she needed to answer before she could move in with them. So, to just give a brief summary of what Icon the Part is all about. So, Icon the Part is all about overcoming life struggles. So, it's in it revolves around the character who is Jessica. So Jessica, there were a lot of changes when she discovered that her family were not gonna be with her anymore, and she was supposed to go and live with her family. She was supposed to go live with another, relative that her father had told her about. But initially, the house that she was staying before her family could move, she had her cousins, she had people that she could relate with. So instead of going to, to a new place, a new family, new people, so she really wanted to stay with, the family there instead of going to, a new one. Though she know them and she she's been there before, but she never really wanted to go there. So that was like the struggle, and that was like something that it was really a choice, that a really difficult choice she had to make. And because she wanted to, please her father, please her family, because she's a family, her parents are leaving, they're leaving the country. So, leaving your child behind, you, there are a lot of worries and other things. You're thinking how they will cope, they will eat, their provision, a lot of things. So what, her parents were thinking about. But as for her, she knows that she was going to a place that, that was really, a godly people. And, even though she's a Christian, but she never really wanted to live like that. She know that living with, people like that, it comes with great responsibility and great, high esteem, that she really have to live up to their expectation. So it wasn't something that she was, pretty happy with. But because of her family, she had to, try to go there. So let's go into the book, and I'm gonna read this part. So chapter 1 talks about the first day of senior school year. So I read. Late on the first day, or even made to cut the grass or sweep the floor as punishment. Okay, so I never started from the beginning because we did start from the beginning, and I'm just gonna rephrase what we said last time so that everyone can the get the storyline. Okay, so a fair girl 748 1 second ago. We are all facing special. Oh yeah, yeah. We are all facing special struggles this day of pandemic. Yeah, it's true. So basically, I just used those times, to write. It was really pretty awesome for me. So for everyone to get, to get the storyline. So it was when Jessica, she woke up early in the morning. It was a time for senior high. So she passed from junior to senior high. So it was her first time. And like we rephrased last time, you know when you are a senior high student, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. It comes with a lot of things that you have to do. So as a senior high, you don't have to. There are a lot of things that the principal or the teacher, they give you, like, this is what you can do. This is your freedom. This is what you have to do. So you have to go early to class, even though you're not a senior, but that's a recommendation. But for her, she's a senior and it comes with a lot of responsibilities. So you are given, your free will to do your hair, whatever style you want to do. And then you say the prayers because you have to like go early in the morning, and sometimes they give like selection on who to say the prayers. So every day they pick one person, so you really have to go early. So she got up, and then she wasn't prepared, even though the time was, she was a little bit late, but she was not prepared for school. Her hair wasn't done, and so she was like bugging her mom, like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late because my hair is not done, I have to be properly dressed. And it was because before that night they went to church and they had a meeting, they have a lot of things doing. So her mom could not do her hair at that time. So the next day, her mom said she was gonna do it early in the morning, and then she never woke up early. And even so, it got her, she was so flushed. So she told her mom, and she told her mom, she told her mom, she said, I cannot go late to school because if I do, I'm gonna go late for the entire year. Because it signifies that I'm gonna be late for the rest of the year. And her mom was like, come on now, who told you that? That's a myth. Like, who's gonna go even if you happen to go late on the first day, it doesn't mean you're gonna go late, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna be an unserious student. So her mom was, giving her um fair girl, we have a question here. Fair girl 47481. 1 minute ago. Okay. We all need to stay strong and happy. Yes, correct. Correct. So her mom was motivating her. Her mom was encouraging her, so that you have to. It doesn't mean you're gonna be late. So let's read this part here. Or even made to cut the grass or sweep floors. So this is what her mom. She was telling her mom that you have to cut the grass, you have to sweep, you have to. If you're late, you have to fetch water. There are a lot of things the school might allow you to do because you're late and you're not supposed to be late. So her mom was telling her, no, none of that thing is gonna it's gonna occur. Oh, February 3 Oh my god. How old are you? How old are you when you transfer to another home? How old are you when you transfer to another home? So the book me. Okay, so you mean, thank you for your question first, but at Jessica, when she wasn't so she was in high school, but I think she was 17 at that time when she moved in to live with her relative. She was 17 years old. So, and even you could be 18, 17 based on the storyline in the culture, the country, you're not allowed to stay on your own if that's the point where you're going. So she was 17 and she was in high school. So she wasn't allowed to stay by herself. So even if you're 18, back then, if you're 18, you're 19, you're 20, even up to 25, you're still allowed to stay with your parents. Like, you cannot, even though you want to leave, but the parents just feel like it's not safe for their child to stay by themselves. So usually they just say that, okay, have you gotten a husband? Are you ready to get married? Because they believe that your husband, for any lady, your husband should take you from your parents' house, from your father's house. So you cannot just basically leave, even no matter how old you are. You are not supposed to leave and stay on your own. Maybe if you are in a dormitory school, that's different. But to just leave your father's house and say, I'm gonna stay on my own. It's pretty hard. It's really hard. Like a lot of people don't do it. We have another question. Say Fiagora 3831 second. Okay. Again, ago. Just check your book. Today's my. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you all for the comment. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we'll continue our reading. When her mother was done styling her hair, Jessica stared at herself in the mirror and smiled. I'm beautiful thanks to you, she told her mother. Jessica went to her to take her bath and ate breakfast. She loved cold rice. So a lot of things in this book is a lot of words is transferred at the back of the book. So most of the story is in, because okay, so for me, the writer, I am from two countries. So I'm from Liberia and from Nigeria. So in Liberia, there are certain things that, I really wanted to state it the way it was, the way I wanted to state it. So maybe if you are reading and then you come across with something weird, just go to the back and you see the translation. Okay, so she really loved cold rice. Okay, so the word cool rice here is cold rice. Why I said cool rice? So cold rice is early in the morning. What we do is whenever we have a leftover food, kind of warm it. So when you warm it, and it's not like you're using stove. It's like you're using a charcoal. So you put fire on the charcoal and lit it, and then you warm it. So we know that early morning cold rice is very delicious, like really delicious. That is our breakfast at that time. So she made her cold rice from yesterday. She warmed it and then she ate it. It was perfect food for an important morning because it was her favorite food. So after breakfast, she put on her uniform. It was a green jumper and a white shirt with white socks and a pair of black shoes and bow tie, all tied up. She stared in the mirror again and said a prayer. I'm ready to go. Okay, dear, you're always beautiful. Let God be with you. So her mom was like adding in addition to the prayers that she had, adding to it. The traditional welfare and good luck which made both Jessica and her mother smile. Don't forget to come to the market after Don't forget to come to the market after school. Okay, Mama. What about my recess? Here I have 15 Liberian dollars, Mama replied. Small, but thank you, Jessica said. You are welcome. You can manage with that. Jessica grabbed her school bag and left the house. Although Jessica and Bookie are cousins, they do not attend the same school. Jessica was in a higher class than Bookie. They do not work together because Jessica's school wasn't far away from their house. So Jessica was also getting prepared for school and was about to leave the house as well when Jessica's mother called to her. Bookie. Yes, auntie, she replied, the way she always addressed Jessica's mother. Are you coming to help me? Sorry, auntie, but I will come to help you when you have customers. So Jessica here, she had a cousin, and her cousin was Bookie. So Bookie always go, to help her mother whenever she needs anything, like braiding of hair, whatever thing she needs. So that is where we're gonna stop today for the reading, and we will resume on page number 3. Icon the pie, page number 3. We will resume tomorrow when we get back. Then we have a question here that says from a Fagora 748 ago. 1 second ago. Is your book relates the situation to these days in pandemic? In the pandemic, so Icon the Part is a contemporary fiction. So for the pandemic, no, it's not related to pandemic, but it's a contemporary fiction. It's today's time, like today's time, not in the 80s or the 70s. It's related to today's time, but not the pandemic. So during the pandemic, it was time that I was still writing. It was the time I was finishing my writing because I started writing 2019. So 2019, 2020, and we're in 2021. So the pandemic time was the time that I really write. It was my completion when I was, completing my writing. And we have another question. Thank you for your question. And we have another question here. So, if you will be married, do you still want to stay with your? Absolutely no. So, okay, to clarify that part is when you are married, then that's the time, your family, you are basically leaving your parents' house to your husband's house. So what parents do is they wouldn't want their child to live on their own. They will want their child to say, okay, father, mother, this is the husband I'm getting married to. So it's like from your father's house to your husband's house. So they don't want you to live on your own. Like, there are some people, say, no, I have to get the experience, I have to live on my own, I have to venture. But though it's not in the 80s, but till today, a lot of African they practice that. They are so overprotective when it comes to their children. Even when the child is 20, 21, 22, they are still overprotective. Like what they want to protect, I really don't know, but they will say, no, you cannot stay on your own, it's dangerous out there. But they will rather, if you want to get married, you tell them, oh, I have found the man that I want to get married to, and then that's the only way you'll be able to leave their house. So once you are married, then you can leave their house and stay with your father's house. So what I'm saying is basically, for it really circled around girls than boys. So for boys, they call them 40 years guarantee. They are always with their parents until maybe they want to get married. But for girls, it's really hard for them to, just want to live on their own, and they don't really accept that. For most parents don't. So they will rather want you to get married and stay from your father's house to your to your husband's house. So I don't know if it's clear, but that's what I was trying to say, put out there. And Fegora 748, 1 second ago, how did you get all your idea to complete this book? So my idea is something that occur, is based on what occurred and my imagination. So I used those two things to write the book. So it was something because first of all, I used to write an event about whatever happens in my family, with my friends when I go out. When I was in high school, like I go on uh maybe a sporting activity, then I write something based on what I'm seeing there, and I try to create something like imaginative, something, and just add it there. So Icon the Pad is basically something that occur contemporary, and also based on imagination, and also being creative writing. So thank you so much for your questions today. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to continue our reading. And if you want to get ahead of me, the book is on Amazon, it's at Target, and also on my website you see on the screen. You can get it there as well. So once again, I would like to thank you so much And if today was your first day of joining me, I would like to appreciate you and thank you so much for joining today's live event. And I would also like to see you tomorrow. Thank you, and you have a good day today. Bye.